Hello, this is Leeds Weekly. I'm Anna Mitchell. The new £35 million art gallery in honour of the work of Wakefield sculptor Dame Barbara Hepworth opens in the city today. There'll be a weekend of celebrations at the Hepworth Gallery with around 10,000 visitors expected to visit over the opening weekend. Gallery officials reckon the new art place could attract 150,000 visitors in its first year, which they say will add around £3 million to the local economy. The opening weekend promises tons of celebrations, including live music, even a limited edition beer called Masterpiece that has been brewed especially to commemorate the day. Leeds will host the Olympic Torch for 6 days in June. The Torch will go on a 70-day tour of the UK in the summer. It'll arrive in Leeds on Sunday the 24th of June as it makes its way across the country, starting in Cornwall and finishing up at the Olympic Stadium on the 27th of July. Organisers of the Games said the Torch would travel 8,000 miles across the UK before reaching the stadium in London. A baby girl whose body was found at a waste management site in Bradford may have died several days before she was found, police have said. The baby was found by staff on Thursday at the firm in Valley Road, Bradford. West Yorkshire Police said a post-mortem examination had been unable to identify the baby's cause of death. A Leeds City Council worker has been arrested and suspended over the alleged unauthorised withdrawals of £17,000 from a dead woman's bank account. Police arrested a 37-year-old woman at an address in Wakefield on Tuesday. She's been released on bail. The money is understood to have been taken from the account of an 83-year-old woman who died in February last year. A former magistrate found guilty of defrauding Bradford City Council has been given a suspended jail sentence. Salima Haffiji, 45, of Whitechapel Road in the city, had dishonestly claimed £992. Haffiji, who was honoured with an OBE in 2008, was found guilty of defrauding the council over a grant to an organisation she had set up for young people. She's been ordered to do unpaid work by a judge at Leeds Crown Court. 13 libraries in Leeds are to close as part of a major shake-up of library services. Leeds City Council plans to replace them with mobile services and extend opening hours at many of the city's remaining libraries. The council says that mobile libraries would offer state-of-the-art new facilities to the heart of communities and reach many users of all ages with new routes and stops all over the city. Richmond Hill is one of those libraries that will close. Leeds Television asked library goers there for their views.
Younger daughter, she goes to the library quite a lot. She's 12 and I think it's out of order, closing them down.
Why should anybody be paid more than the Prime Minister? Why cut a little library, which is not costing, what, a few £100,000?
Reading is vital for children and adults, and to close the library in this particular area I think is not a good thing. Some people will not be able to afford to buy books themselves, particularly in this area, and therefore they could access free books whenever they want from the library. So as far as I'm concerned, it's not a good move to close this particular library.
The future's orange for students in the city. Students in Leeds will be able to travel on buses for just £1. 6 new bright orange articulated buses have been introduced onto First's 95 service between Leeds City Centre, Headingley and the Boddington Hall campus on Otley Road. The buses are larger than conventional vehicles, enabling more students to travel towards Leeds for lectures or for socialising. What a bargain. Leeds' very own Radio Air will be celebrating the big 3-0 next weekend. To mark its milestone birthday, Radio Air will be hosting a massive party in Millennium Square with a line-up that wouldn't look out of place at a neon-themed party. D-Ream, Entrance, Chesney Hawks. The 90s Fest is on the 28th of May. Tickets are £24 and ticket sales will go towards supporting the station's charity Cash for Kids appeal in aid of Teenage Cancer Trust and the Teenage Cancer Unit at the LGI and St James's. Sport now, and the Rhinos came from behind as they ran in 7 tries to book their place in the last 8 of the Challenge Cup. They beat the Harlequins 40 points to 20 at the Headingley Carnegie Ground on Friday night. But Leeds now face an anxious wait to discover the extent of the right knee injury sustained by veterans centre Keith Senior just 5 minutes from the end. Leeds Carnegie have agreed to release their captain, Marco Wenzel, from the remainder of his contract. 32-year-old Wenzel signed a new 2-year deal with the club just 5 months ago and was committed to them for next season despite Leeds' relegation from the Aviva Premiership. But after talks between the second row forward and Leeds chief exec Gary Hetherington, Wenzel's contract will be terminated by mutual consent so he can pursue other options. Scott Griggs has signed a new deal with Huddersfield Giants. The 27-year-old Ireland captain has signed a new 3-year commitment to remain with the Giants at the Gale Farm Stadium. Meanwhile, the Wildcats have announced that back row forward Frankie Mariano has signed a new 2-year deal with the club. Mariano signed for the Wildcats during the off-season on an initial 1-year contract and has been a standout player for the club so far, making 12 appearances in which he has scored 5 tries. And finally, the weekend weather. Well, it's been quite a nice start to Saturday. Dry this morning with bright or sunny spells. This afternoon becoming cloudy, outbreaks of rain arriving, and later the rain will actually turn quite heavy and it will be very windy. Sunday, wind and lots of it. Also sunny intervals, scattered, sometimes heavy showers in the evening. These will become lighter and less widespread. Maximum temperature just 14 degrees. That was Leeds Weekly this week. Check out the website for more news, www.leedstelevision.co.uk. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter @Leeds Television, and of course you can find us on Facebook. Just search for Leeds Television. Thanks for watching. I'm Anna Mitchell. I'm off to the Hepworth to check out the free beer. I'll see you again next week for Leeds Weekly.